Hello, good evening, viewers. Welcome to Horeb Show, showing life on Gone Life TV. I'm Moreni KJ. Today on Kingdom Business and Entrepreneur, we'll continue with our episode, Starting Small and Growing into Millions. Don't forget, last week our father made us to understand the types of entrepreneur. He mentioned kingdom and circular entrepreneur. So today we're also going to go further in the discussion because we'll be discussing how to manage our money. Last week he mentioned how to make the money, how to manage the money, and how to multiply the money. So today we will base our discussion on how to manage our money. So if you're already an entrepreneur or you're looking forward to be one, this is the show for you. So sit back and enjoy the show. Join me to welcome our Father in the Lord, Reverend Dr. Sheung Orebi. Daddy, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for coming. So if you're watching and you want to send your questions to us, please WhatsApp only on +234 8054281604. And if you're watching us live on Facebook, you can send it to Sheung Orebi. You can also connect with us on Twitter on Sheung Orebi and on Instagram Dr. Sheung Orebi. So please sit back and enjoy the show. Daddy, you're welcome once again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Last week, I remember we discussing the types of entrepreneur, and you mentioned kingdom and the circular entrepreneur. So today we said we'll be discussing how to manage our money. So if somebody is already making the money, which means somebody is in the business already, you're doing something that is bringing in money. So how do we get to manage the money? Because most times we have so many things to do at the same time. You have so many things
Bills
calling
to
for
pay,
you, so
yeah.
many bills to pay. So how do we get to manage the money and still meet up with our bills?
It is I really appreciate God for this opportunity once again, for us to be able to be live, and continue in this series from zero to millions,
Yes, sir.
because it's not enough for people to know that life is not meant to be start from the top. It's meant to be start from the base, and then one can grow into whatever one is growing into.
Yes,
And many
sir.
people began business, but they could not run it through because they could not manage the money that comes into it. So it's not that they didn't make money at all. They made some money at the early stage, but because they didn't manage the money well, they lose the business. There are even some that as soon as money begin to flow, all they begin to buy is liability, not assets.
Okay.
They are not buying things that will add up to the business. They are buying things that will take away from the business. And before you know what's happening, in less than a year or two, they are already out of business. So it's very important for one to know that all these things we have been looking at is for an entrepreneur or a business person to be able to know how to move from one stage or the other to the next and to the next, in running their business. So that by the time they look back, 20 years is gone, 10 years is gone, 30 years is gone, and they are still running the same business, and money is still flowing in the business. So last week we consider, stages of entrepreneurial development. Four stages to develop entrepreneurial mindset. And the first stage which we look at and dealt with last week is renew your mind.
Renew your mind.
Many people want to start business, but they don't renew their mind. How do I mean is that we have looked at that extensively, last week. The fact that somebody needs to know that your thinking determines your life. And if you cannot put your thinking right, you cannot put your life right. So the thinking has to be changed. You are not going to business to oppress your neighbor or to oppress your siblings or to oppress anybody. You are going to business to make money, to have a comfortable life, and to fulfill destiny. And so the mindset has to be straight from the beginning. So because people that have wrong mindset, they as soon as money begin to flow, they go into all kinds of stuff just to oppress others. And before you know what's happening, they lose out on the old money. So renew your mind, because your thought is as powerful as your steps. So if you don't think well, you can't take the right step, and you can't act well. So now today we're going to continue from stage 2 on the mindset to make money. So now you have renewed your mind. The next thing is for you to now begin to look at how can you make money. Because if you don't put in place plan to make money, you're not in business. Every business must bring money to you, and you must know how the money is managed and multiplied. So we're going to be looking at the mindset to make money. The mindset to make money, how do I make money? That is the question one need to ask. This is the business I'm about to start. I have passion for this. I'm gifted at this. I love this, and I want to do. How do you make money out of it? How do you monetize that thing that you have discovered, either gift or talent? And so it's very, very important. So number 1, identify an opportunity or a problem, then solve it.
Okay, sir.
In that area of discovery that you have made. You must be able to identify an opportunity or a problem, then solve it. Once you can create solution to a problem around that your area of passion, then it becomes so easy for you to take the problem, the solution to the marketplace. And because people have that problem, they will surely patronize you. Like for instance, somebody that love to wash clothes and love to iron clothes, that goes into dry cleaning. By the time he takes that into the marketplace, somebody somewhere is looking for who to help him to dry clean his clothes and iron it. Especially in this part of the world where light is not that constant. So to start ironing after you have washed, can be so tedious. So if somebody now provide that solution and take it to the marketplace, somebody somewhere want to his clothes to be dry cleaned, and then he will give it to him or her, and then the person will wash, iron it, and make money out of it. So you must be able to identify an opportunity or a problem and solve it. Money is an exchange for problem solved. Money is what? An exchange for problem solved. No, there was a seminar I went to one time. I'm to take them in the seminar, and then by the time before I start the seminar, I, asked them. I straight out a 1,000 naira note, and I asked them who won the 1,000 naira note, and a lot of them said they wanted it. So I'm like, okay, how many of you believe that you can collect this money from me without you having to beg for it? Nobody is looking, because the fact that I stretch it up, the next thing is that who want to beg for it, who want to collect it. But I told them, do you know you can collect this money from me without you having to beg for it? Everybody were looking. And the question there is this: if they have to collect that money without having to beg for it, that simply means an individual there must have a product or a service he or she want to render that will attract that or 1,000 naira from me to the person. So that simply implies if you want money to come to you, the next thing you need to do is to look at what is it that you can put in place that you can exchange for the money you wanted. That's very, very important. Because if you have a product or you have a service, then there will be exchange of money to you back and forth. And the more you keep solving human problem, the more money that will flow to you as a person. So money is not a big deal. Money is not a spiritual thing. Money is not any big deal. Money is only a means of exchange for problem solved. When you are able to solve human problem in one way or the other, and you are able to provide solution to it, then somebody somewhere will pay you, and money will exchange ends to you. So money is a means of exchange for problem solved. There are loads of problems around you. Locate one and solve it. Because now many people always have this notion, oh, this and that. Now let's take an instance. We are just doing some website work, in the office in the morning, and then we're trying to put things in place, and we sit down, back and forth until so that is a problem somewhere. So I have to go and look for another site that has done what we want to do, and I begin to search out to how they do what they did, and before you know what's happening, we're able to get a way out. Now you imagine, after we got the way out, I realized that the company that is in charge of that particular stuff want to do already has put a video on the YouTube. Wow. So all I have to do is to go there and watch the video to put in place what I need to set, and they were able to get it done. Now imagine if I have to go out to look for who can solve that problem. I will still have to exchange money with that person before I can get that knowledge. But because of the age the world is now, you can learn anything anywhere. Now, if I say that I went on YouTube to get that information, the question there is this: do I go on YouTube for free? No. I have to buy data. Yes, sir. I have to buy a good phone that will give me the proper result I wanted. Yes, so money has exchanged hand. The man selling the data has created money from me for me to be able to access YouTube. And the person that put the information there, in a space of time, after the view grows, the YouTube also, as an organization, they will pay the person. So money is still exchanging end, even though you do not pay immediately. So there's need for us to see clearly that there are loads of problems. That was a problem to us at a point in time. But because we're able to go online to check the information, we're able to get a way out. And in no time, we're able to get the stuff done. Now the question there is, you were supposed to spend, let's take an instance, 100% kind of a money to achieve that purpose. But on the long run, because we're able to search on Google, get on YouTube, get information, get knowledge, what happened? We were able to spend like 25%. Wow. So that means we cut off 75% back into the purse, into the bucket. So now we're able to save that money because we search out for the solution to the problem that we have. And meanwhile, we could have paid somebody to get that problem solved, and that person will have gained money from us. But because we're able to know that this thing should be somewhere online, and we're able to get it online, and then we still have to buy data to go online. So when you are able to locate human problem and you create solution to it, you're already in business.
Okay,
so there are loads of problems around you. Locate one and solve it. You can even, like for instance now, somebody can even do, let's take an instance. There was a time somebody, I saw a video how to turn amala. Somebody else did how to cook what's it called now, adalu, all kinds of stuff. People put it online and you see lots of view. So there is nothing anybody know how to do today that will not sell online.
Yes.
Somebody told me one time that she has to go online to check out a particular hairstyle that they are doing now, just to be able to see how to perfect in it. So what the question there is this: those that are doing it and putting it online, are they fools? They are not. It may seem that it will be free there, but after 6 months, 1 year, the view may grow to a level whereby YouTube will have to pay the person for the view. So that is what is happening today. So there are people out there that has problem. Now there was a woman one time that is into guillotine. And she said that most of the time when she go online to see how people are tying gele, all she could see is just theory. Somebody will just hold and down. So she now have to like sit down and do video from beginning to the end of how to tie the gele, how to knot it, how to pin it, how to arrange it, and she said she put that online. Today she's in serious business. Just by putting those videos online, because people begin to view it and begin to call her and begin to view it and begin to call her. And before today, she's already having a course along that line. So if once you can locate human problem and you create solution to it, you're already in business. You're already in business. Now, the world sees entrepreneurship as a means for self-driven individual to participate in a free market economy for the purpose of controlling resources and creating wealth for themselves. Okay. And this view is what creates today's unhealthy business environment. Okay. Many go into business for self-driven, purpose. Okay. Just to go into the marketplace and just exploit others. And just put shabby stuff there and collect this. That's why you have fake products in this part of the world. Yeah, for selfish interest. So you ask somebody that will look at the original and make a fake product out of that and sell it to the marketplace. It's a matter of time. People will discover it's fake and they won't patronize again. So that is what makes the business world unhealthy. So whatever you have to put out there, make sure it's something that somebody needs and is in its original state, not fake. Because you cannot deceive people for long. They will discover it's fake and they won't buy from you again. And you're out of business as a person. So there is need for us to know that we need to keep a good and a healthy business environment by contributing our own quota, by creating good products, wonderful products, and quality products that will stand the test of time in standard, and that we can keep flowing and money keep flowing to one. So that is on. Now the world's approach to entrepreneurship has caused many God-fearing people to stay away from business. Some Christians conclude that business is a worldly practice in which they cannot be involved without compromising their faith. Okay. That is the mistake many of us Christians are making. We believe that the business world is corrupt and that we cannot run in business in this part of the world or all over the world without having to corrupt yourself with the people's and with the world's standard. And that is very, very wrong. You can decide to do your business the right way and key yourself to a God's economy, and you will realize that you will never lack any good thing. So we don't have to leave the business world or business space for the unbelievers, because we can do so much, we can do great things for God. But it's very, very, disappointing that many Christians are withdrawing from all these things. Now, take politics, for instance. If we have right people in politics, people that will be there to go and do the right thing, no, we're going to have so many things change in this part of the world. But because we call ourselves saints and we are running away from such thing that we thought it was meant for unbelievers, now how will it be put right? The word of God says, if the righteous man is reigning and ruling, the people will enjoy. But if a wicked person is ruling, the people will suffer. What are we doing in Nigeria? People are suffering because of whatever the Bible says. We are not saying anybody is wicked, but we are only talking about what the scripture says. When the wicked man is at rule, the people will suffer. And when the righteous man is at rule, people will enjoy. So now we are running away from all these things and we leave them for the unbelievers. Now look at those guys, they will go to public office and then somebody that has been poor all his life will just all of a sudden grow to become a billionaire. Now you now ask them, what business did this man have? If they have no business, but they'll be flaunting cars, flaunting houses abroad, houses within Nigeria. Now we are supposed to be the one to go there. But we are running away from it because we thought it was a business and deal made for unbelievers. And these are also many mistakes that many Christians are making as far as even business online and also offline is concerned. We're not meant to leave the business world for the unbelievers. How do we challenge them to it? Is by us doing the right business in the right way and standing for the truth, and let God's name be glorified, that a businessman or woman can stand and do his business well without compromising any form of standard. So these are things that many people need to understand, so that we can be able to take over the market space, take over the business world, and take it over for God and do what is right in the business world. So we are not meant to chicken away or shy away or run away from business world because we think it was meant for unbelievers. No.
Okay.
If the right people can find themselves there, we're going to have quality product. Look at what many of our business people are doing. They will go to China. And the standard of a product of a standard, they will say they should do them like, according to 4. Like for instance, if a product is meant for 40 naira, they will tell them to do them 4 naira type of it. That means those people will have to use inferior material to produce the same products.
Okay, to make it that price.
To be able to bring down the price, so that by the time they are bringing it in, they will say it's from China, but at the same time, it was not the standard of China, no standard for any other outside world, but the one they made for Nigeria. And that is wrong. So how do we go into that space and let the guys do me 40 naira worth of products, and you bring it back and let people know I'm putting this amount on it because I got it done this amount. Those that want the quality will come to you. Those that want the inferior, they will go to the other markets, and they will have rest of mind that at least we have original of that product in the country. There was a time I got a particular product from the UK, and I got another one in Nigeria. They are two different things.
Wow. The same brand?
The same brand, even the same packaging, but the effectiveness of those of the two differs.
Wow.
The one from the UK worked effectively, but the one from Nigeria, even though there was a lot of money they sold it doesn't have any effect on you. And these are product of the same brand, but because they made Nigerian version and make the other world version, that is why we're having such. So we as a business people, and for you out there, if you want to go into business, you don't have to allow the world standard to make you fail out and like, oh, it's for unbeliever. It's not for unbeliever. Everything is made for it's not for unbeliever. Everything is made for the right people. But when the right people does not find themselves in the place of power, it now turns out to become what the book of the scripture says. It says the princes are walking while the slaves are riding on horses. So we don't need to leave that space for the unbelievers to make a mess of it continually. We have to take our authority and take our place in the marketplace, in the business world, and do the right thing and bring in quality products into the system, and then we can circulate that and still make our money. And become so easy for one to keep flying as far as one can get to. Now let's look at biblical entrepreneur is about exercising stewardship over God's purpose, God's resources, God's gift, God's talent, God's dream or vision from God, for you to serve others for the advancement of the kingdom of God. Okay. Let me go over that again. Biblical entrepreneurship is about exercising stewardship over God's purpose, resources, gift, talent, dreams, or vision, for you to serve others for the advancement of the kingdom. That simply means whatever business you are going into or that you want to do, you must ensure that it will advance the kingdom of God. How do we mean? It will show a good example out there in the marketplace. People will be able to see it and like, oh, I like this product, I want more of it. And it becomes so easy for everybody to look up to you as a business person that they want to do business with you. Now, there was a particular, senior, like a father or mentor, that said it categorically to us in one of our classes. He said he cannot give his contract to Christian contractors again. Wow. It's so disgusting.
From experience.
What is that? From experience. He gave some work to Christian contractors and they messed the work up. It was an unbeliever that came to handle the project finally. And he did a perfect job correcting the work that those so-called believers did. So we need to understand this thing clearly, that if you do a shabby work to anybody or you do a less than quality service, you are not doing anybody anything. You're only sending a negative signal about yourself. People will get to know that you are not what you portray, that you can deliver in that business. So they will look out for somebody else that can take the place of the person, and they will now begin to go to churches and begin to look for deliverance. That business is not moving again when we are not maintaining the standard and the quality that will make the business to move as Christians. So everything we do must allow it to point to the fact that it must bring glory to God. Okay. We must do it well. We must do it par excellence. We must do it to the standard, so that at the end of the day we can keep the customer that we have at the point in time. We can keep them to the end of time. That is how to stay in business. That is how to move on in business. That is how to make money in business. So somebody will not patronize you today, and tomorrow they're looking for somebody to patronize because what they got from the person, there's no consistency in the quality of the product, or what they got from the person does not deliver what the person told them it will deliver. So a business entrepreneur must ensure that his business brings glory to God and to the kingdom of God. So you can make money as an entrepreneur through the following means. Number one, If truly you want to make money, you can make money through these following means. Number one, you need to discover your purpose and start a business around it.
Okay.
Discover your purpose and start a business around it. We have discussed on discover your purpose and passion the other time. Yes. I think we have one of our video. You can scroll through the page, the wall on this platform. You will see several other stuff we have done. Yes. Go and listen to it at your leisure time. You can always learn from there and add it up to other ones. It will help you to go far and go a long way. And all this information are free online. So please take advantage of it. You need to discover your purpose and start a business around your purpose. Number two, you can become a marketer of a product.
Okay.
We are looking at how to make money. You can become a marketer of a product.
Okay.
Now look at, for instance, we went to a place last week to inspect some stuff, and I called the person that took us back because what I saw, I was impressed. I said, okay, can we become your marketing agent so that we can partner together? We are going to be marketing for you, then we get our gain, and then we're going to be able to do, because we intend to do what they were doing in the nearest future.
Okay.
So many people are too arrogant and too egoistic to go for such things, and they don't know that business is not run by ego. You must bring yourself down. You must humble yourself to do well in business. Even when you think that the person that is doing something well is not up to you in age or is not up to you in standard, you still have to go and ask, guy, this thing is working for you. How are you doing it? So you can become a marketer of a good product out there. Start from there. You can raise your own money from selling for somebody. Then you can start whatever you want to start on your own too. So you can become a marketer of a good product that have a quality that you can make that to happen to, available to others as a marketer of products.
Yes.
So number three now, you can make money by creating your own products.
Okay.
You create your own product. You come up with something that you can produce and sell to the marketplace or make available in the marketplace. Money will flow to you because money is a mix of exchange. Excuse me, when you have a product, somebody want to buy, and they will give you money and collect your product. So you can create your own product and give it and sell it in the marketplace. Number four now, you can render a service like the dry cleaning I was talking about. There are several other service people are rendering today. So it's not only just dry cleaning. So once you render a service, somebody will pay you for it and the money flow to you. Number five, you can partner with an existing business. Like what we're talking about that we are doing. So we see them do what they do, then we want to partner with them. Because they're ready to a level.
They are into it already.
So once we partner with them, we can work together and then money will still flow on both sides. Everybody will make money, everybody will smile. And partnership can also help to make money. So 5 things you can do to make money. And all the money, look at any money on the earth is within this. Because if somebody employ you in the bank and you're a banker, you're working in the bank, you are rendering service. You are there rendering service. Because what you will do at your own corner or cubicle, somebody else cannot do it. So you are there to render the service, to do that thing for the bank, and the bank will pay you. If you are in a factory as a general manager, you are rendering service. That's why they put you on that seat. So you are as an employee or an employer, you are the one employing people that will render service. But as an employee, you are rendering service to the company that employ you. So it cut across every area of life. These 5 major things. You must discover your purpose, create business around it. You become a marketer of a product. You can create your own product and sell in the marketplace. And number 4, you can render a service. And then number 5, you can partner with an existing business, and then you can still make money.
Adi, thank you very much. If you are just joining us on the show, we're discussing how to make money. And our father has made us to realize so many things. But a question that I want to ask you, sir, is, now you mentioned something like you search out a problem and you find solution to it. Now probably you find yourself in the shoes of, you want to sing, it's your passion, it's something you're gifted in, and nowadays we have so many musicians and you don't know even how to go about it. It's not as if you don't know how to sing, but we have so many competitions. Now how can one get to stand oneself out in what one is doing despite the competition?
That is a very good one, because now thank God for today. Gone are the days whereby you have a gift, you have a talent, and you are the person is almost all his life. But today, you can just see somebody from one corner of the world that will just record 1 minute, 2 minutes on a phone and post online. We have several people that have been discovered like that. There was one young chap now that is popularly known now. in the early stage of his career, he would do his video inside the bush. Probably people are laughing at him outside. He would do his video inside the bush as if he's there as a prophet to go and pray. He would do so many things in the bush with the phone and begin to post online, And somebody in Lagos invited him to come to Lagos. So if somebody can sing and the person is so good in singing, all the person has to do is to keep rehearsing in the closet. God prepared David in the wilderness for years before his full manifestation at the battlefield to kill Goliath. Now imagine if he has not gone through God's training, he cannot confront Goliath. So many of us will be in obscurity for a number of time, and in that obscurity we keep developing ourselves. Because it's not about the time that we come out, it's about how prepared are you that when your opportunity comes, you will not miss it.
How prepared are you when
now
the opportunity comes?
You will not miss it. Let's take an instance. When people go about to play 90-minute game, they will camp them for 6 months. And they will keep practicing for the whole of that 6 months every day. And after 6 months, they come out to play 90 minutes. If there is no draw, after 90 minutes, the game is over. But if there is draw, they were sent in one way or the other. So now the question there is this: they are preparing for 90-minute game and they prepare for 6 months. Now the question there is this: somebody that has a gift and talent must learn to sit down, compose songs, sing the songs, arrange them, go online, learn one thing or the other about singing, about voice online. And then from there, the person is preparing himself or herself in her closet. And then she keep doing those things and she keep singing and watch what she has done. Anyone that she could see out of the one she has done that is good, she can post it online. Everybody has Facebook accounts. Everybody has Instagram accounts. You never knew what will happen to the posting. It can just be there. Somebody from somewhere can just pick it up and begin to throw it up and down. And somebody can like, oh, this person can sing. Call it for me. Now look at the tiny boy that sang this Tope Alabe song that was cutting orange. Today the boy is a big boy.
Yes.
Now the question there is this: did that boy ever imagine in his existence that he will ever get out of poverty in one day? He never dreamt of it. But to God be the glory, because of social media and because of the fact that he can do what he do best. Unconsciously, he was just doing that. And somebody from somewhere like, wow, this boy has voice. And he just recorded him and just innocently post it on his own timeline. And before you know what is happening, the video went viral. And this one was calling the boy, that was calling the boy. Before you know what happening, they took the boy out of poverty and brought him into fame. And today the boy is known. But is he the only one that knows how to sing? No. There are several other people that can sing that are still there in the world. Yes. But nobody has discovered them because they have never taken time out to sing or post anything. Or probably God has not sent an angel to them as he sent to that young boy. Because if the person that he saw the guy in that want to buy orange, just look at him buy cutting orange and singing, what can he do? The person could have just looked and overlooked him. But the person looked and like, wow. And he just recorded the boy. And the boy never knew that somebody was even recording him. So he was just innocently cutting his orange and then before the whole thing went viral. So where am I going there is this: this age and day of social media is an opportunity for anybody to not to give any excuse of anybody noticing him. Because by the time you keep doing what you know how to do, a time will come that the world will come to notice you, that you are existing also. And the journey becomes so easy. Yes, by the time you will be getting invites to come and minister in a place or go do something in a place, you like, how do you get to know me? It's like, no, we'll be saying you. And so as one person see the video, they'll begin to post it to other people. And because everything in life is about prayer. Once you pray, one single tiny video from you can go viral. And before you know what's happening, people can begin to like, wow. Begin to call from here, call from there. And the person can go, from not being known to well known. So anyone that has gift of singing or whatever gift you can do, you can just go. Do whatever you can do. Put it online. It may not be noticed in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days. Nobody may even like it or want to view it. But a time will come, if that is the way God will announce you, people will now go back and begin to retrace your story. And say, so he has been there before, he has done this before, he has done that before. It's so now look at this guy. The one guy that do the Buhari, something, that was from the bush, they brought that guy to Lagos. From the bush. I saw the video when he was doing it newly with those young chaps around him. Then he met some elderly one that he did it together, and those one posted it.
We're doing the relay.
So they now brought the guy to Lagos. The day I saw him in a picture with some of this celebrity, they have rebranded him. Yeah. Even in his look, it changes. But probably because, I don't know his whereabouts now, probably because he lacked creativity. And he was not brought up or brushed up. They only use him for that season, and all those that hang around him make the little money online because of posting this and posting that, and then PM is gone off the scene because creativity was lacking. So now the question out there is this: from that corner of the world where they pick him up from to come to Lagos, and from Lagos he blew all over the place, and they carry him up and down doing one concert or the other, tour here and there, and today he's nowhere to be found. So the question out there is, if he has continued to do that, I'm very sure he won't go back into obscurity. So there is need for one to know that consistency is the name of the game when it comes to monetizing your gift or talent. Whatever you want to do, you must be consistent in it. You must be prepared never to give up, because those that give up, they can never win, and those that win are people that have never give up and they continue to pursue their dream.
Daddy, thank you very much. Viewers in the house, thank you for watching, and we're still discussing how to make money. How to make money, how to make your money still stay with you, how to manage your money is what we're discussing. If you want to send your questions, please send it to +234 8054281604. And if you're still watching us live on Facebook, please send it to Sheun Orebiyi on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, you can send it to Gum Life TV or Sheun Orebiyi TV. And you can still connect with us on Instagram, Dr. Sheun Orebiyi, and on Twitter, Sheun Orebiyi. We'll expect your questions and we'll answer them as we get it. So Daddy, thank you very much for coming. I would like to also ask this question. We're talking about last week we discussed about purpose, we discussed about talent, and even in our subsequent the previous episode, we've been discussing on how one can make money out of one's gift or talent. Now, there was this question that we asked about a child or somebody having a gift and the parents are not encouraging. And you mentioned, in the age we're in now, so many things will aid one, and people or parents who are getting more advanced in the knowledge. Now, what if now you have the gift but you don't have the facility?
Okay.
What do one do? Like, you have the gift but there is no facility. So now let's take for instance the boy you cited as an example. He does not he has the gift but he has no facility, and it's because of one thing that somebody bumped into him, and from there, what if you are still just there, and at times you can just be worried out because what you're expecting is not coming, and what can one do at that particular time?
Okay. I want to answer from two perspectives. Okay. From personal and from theory. Okay. Now, like I said, in the course of one of our series, there are so many things I've started and I'm still doing now that it was began with nothing. Let's take an instance. When we were to start the school, we started the school. The only available slots and space to begin the school from is a shop. A tiny single shop. Is there a facility? No. The day we went there to pray on the shop, and I told them that we are having a starting school there. When we got there, there was no desk, there was no table, there was no chalkboard. Wow. And school is meant to resume the next day. Wow. So I told them there will be school. When we opened it, somebody said, where is the school? I said, this is the place.
But Daddy, you have faith. Like, you have the faith already. The faith is there. What if it's somebody that does not, that the faith has not grown to that level?
Let me share something else with you. Now, look at this setting. Do we have facility? We only improvise what is available to achieve what we must achieve. Okay. Now, the whole stuff is growing now, and we are moving back and forth, and we are getting the content out, and we're getting the information out, but do we have the facility? We don't. Not yet. We only improvise what we have to achieve what we need to achieve. There are many things around me, gadgets and stuff, that I never knew how much of what they can do. But when this opportunity came, and the things has to be done, many of them, I begin to now look at what to use, what to do. And I begin to realize that, this thing can be useful, that one can be useful, this one can be useful. And that was how we improvise, and we got to where we are now. Okay. And then now we are now looking at rebranding, stepping it up. But the question there is, by the time even you view us online, go back to the old and the previous videos, you will see the level of startup. It was nothing. But today it's getting better and getting better and getting better and getting. That is how life grows. There is nobody on the earth that is exposed to facility for whatever they have to do in life. Nobody. Everybody had to start from the scratch. Now, if you now say, okay, somebody is a Babolowo and it's began with the Baba's money, the question is, the Baba have started digging the ground when the boy was not born. So he now wrote to the father, by the time the Baba is pumping money to the boy, is because he doesn't want him to start from where he began from. Okay. He has covered the ground, he has laid the foundation. So, guy, come and build on this foundation. Now, that foundation that the boy is building, the man must also be wise enough to teach him how not to crush the foundation, so that the structure on it will not go down. Okay. So there is nobody on the earth that is the facility for them to do whatever they have to do is always available to them part time. If there is anybody that the facility is available to them, we can say 30% of people. Okay, sir. 70% of people do not have all they're supposed to have before they have to begin or start whatever they have to start. Okay, sir. So, and that is one strength I always love. Because I look back and forth and I look at the point in time I was meditating and I say, if God had given me everything I requested for at the beginning of everything I've started, I will never have got the experience I have today to be able to encourage others from nothingness into greatness. Wow. So it's an experience that God will take us through. It took David through the experience of being isolated, being lonely, for him to be used of God to raise 400 men, depressed, rejected, and he was able to make great men out of them in a cave. That was the only available training ground. Cave. That means place whereby one stone is hanging, and that stone is hanging. There is bush. There is no facility for David and those 400 boys. But because he was raised with animals, he was raised while looking after sheep. That was where God did his military training for him. So it becomes so easy for David to turn nothing into something. And God was able to trust him enough to turn rejected, dejected, depressed 400 men into mighty men of David. So wherever God is taking us to, it will take us through some process so that by the time we get to where we are going, we become relevant to our society. So if many people are not doing anything today because they have always believed that the weather must be right before they take any step.
I agree with you.
And the weather will never be right for people to take any step. Because you must just know what you are doing and you must just go ahead without looking back to do it. Just do it like a caption by a brand. Just do it. So there is nobody that the facility for them to do great things is available to part-time. No, many people do not have that opportunity. But many that have the opportunity, many use it well and many use it contrary. But those that don't have the opportunity, whenever they grab an opportunity, they go far with it. Because they know that this is not for me. I don't have any facility for it. So if I can improvise this and achieve this, then I can keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. So many people do not have facilities available to them. So if you are listening to us, please, I beg you in the name of God, whatever your heart says you can do, or you believe you can do, or you have discovered you can do, just keep taking steps on it. Keep practicing it. Keep doing it as if one day your opportunity is coming. So that by the time your opportunity comes, you will not be a misfit. Because I've seen several people that opportunity came to them, but they claimed that they were waiting on opportunity. But when the opportunity manifested, they were misfit because they are not prepared for the opportunity. A wise man says, is when opportunity meets up with preparation that there can be breakthrough. So when there is opportunity and there is no preparation, there can be breakthrough. And when there is preparation and there is no opportunity, there can be breakthrough. So the two must come together. So while you are waiting for your time to come, keep practicing and keep practicalizing and keep improving on yourself. So that by the time your opportunity comes, you'll be able to grab it and go far in life. Look at David. If he has not been trained by those sheep that he was looking after, how will God have trusted him enough to kill Goliath? But when that opportunity manifests, it was... Now, if you look at the guy that led them to the battle, King Saul, he went hiding in his own cave. He was sitting inside his tent, hiding from Goliath. But because David has prepared himself in the bush, with no man seeing him, but animals all around him, he was able to save animals, and God used him to save human beings. and save the glory and the dignity of the whole land, because he has prepared for that opportunity. But now the question there is, in that bush with those sheep, did he have facility? No facility available to David. But he made good use of what he has. Look at Joseph too. Joseph has no facility to be a man of wisdom in the palace. He ran through so many spots in life, from the pit to Potiphar's house, from Potiphar's house to the prison. He was learning through. He could not have the privilege of going to the Egyptian school to learn wisdom. He could not have the privilege of going to normal day school because he was a slave boy when he was supposed to be in school. No facility was available to Joseph. But today, at the end of the day, what happened? He became a prime minister, operating in wisdom of the highest order. Why? He linked up with everyone and he never stopped reading. Never stopped reading and reading and reading. He was busy improving on his mind, growing his thinking. And the day the opportunity came, he was never a misfit. He was able to soak into the opportunity and grab it.
Adi, thank you very much, sir. And you've just answered the question well. If one is not preparing for the opportunity, there won't be a breakthrough. But when opportunity meets with preparation, then there will be a breakthrough. Because I know for so many people watching, or for many entrepreneurs, it is their heart desires for them to have a breakthrough in their businesses. So please, let's take note of that. If you want a breakthrough in your business, you need to always be prepared, because opportunity can come anytime, and it is when the opportunity now meets with the preparation, that is when it can lead to greatness or breakthrough. Daddy, thank you very much. And yes, we can still
and we look quickly at the stage 3. We have looked at stage 1, renew your mind. Stage 2, how to make money. Then stage 3 is how to manage the money you have made.
Okay,
because if you don't plan to manage the money you have made, you are bound to lose the money. Like, for instance, I was talking about starting something from inside a shop, starting from nothing now. If we had not managed the money well, we can't be here.
Okay,
if the money has come and we blow the money and we spend the money and we lavish the money without reinvesting it, we'll have been out of business, because we have no leverage of fund to rest on when we began. So there is need for you to manage your money. Even though you began the business, that is not the end of it. You must manage the money that flows, so that in years to come, you can look back and you are still in business and you have not, gone bankrupt. So how to manage the mindset to manage money? You must cultivate these 6 mindset. Number 1, the mindset to manage money. Number 1, you become a good manager through the following mindset. So that means you are looking at 5 through the following mindset. Number 1, you spend only from the profit and you live within your means.
You spend only from the profits and you live within your means. That is when you don't overshoot your budget.
Many people start business and they dive into their cost price to buy luxury. They are buying ashwebi, they are buying this, they are buying shoe, they are buying jacket, they are buying suit. They go in, they touch their cost price and they expended the money and they are out of business.
But in this part of the world, there is no way we can do without ashwebi, because you get to see yourself, even if you don't want to do, you just find yourself.
I grew up. I can't remember buying ashwebi with anybody when I was still struggling in business. It was my mindset. It is not what. Now I can wear my father's burial. I almost wear trouser and shirt to my father's burial. It was serious. I said, no, that won't be possible. How can you do such? Because why? My mind is fixed on not dying in poverty. My mind is fixed on influencing life. My mind is fixed on I don't have startup. So if I've started, I must not fail. So the last thing on my mind is luxury. If you carry ashwebi, you are not carrying ashwebi for me. It's for your party. So if I don't want to buy it, I don't want to buy it. Okay. My major thing there is my presence is needed in your events, not the ashwebi. Ashwebi that will be used one day and that will be the end of it. You understand? So I'm just talking about luxuries.
Okay.
There are some that one might not be able to cut off from because of the kind of person you are or the kind of connection you have. So, but there are so many things you can cut off from to live within your means.
Okay,
some excesses that you can cut off from to live within your means, especially at the struggling stage of your business.
I agree with
you don't start a thing to impress anybody. You start to live or build a life to exist. So how can you not trash that because of somebody saying one day party? I don't do it. But today, thank God things are changing. So they bring it, and some might buy, some might do. So it's not 18 again, because the level has changed, and time has passed on those struggling stage to a new stage. Even though we're not there where we are going, we are still going somewhere. So you must ensure you live within your means.
Okay, sir.
And you don't spend from the profit. I mean, you spend only from the profit, not from the cost price. Don't ever gamble into your cost price. Leave your cost price like the money you used to start a business, and always reinvest it. But sap out of the profit little by little. Then you see the business grow in your hand. So live within your means at all time. Number 2, you must place yourself on salary. You don't just see the money and you want to spend all the money. You know, in those early stage, I will see money that I'm the manager, I'm the accountant, I'm the everything. So, but I will see money like this, I can't spend it. I will see I have to fold this one, keep it somewhere. This one will go for this one will go for that one. Do proper accounting. Keep some money in the bank and take my mind off it. That is, I don't want to remember it's there, because it's there for the purpose. So you must learn to place yourself on. You must pay yourself on salary. You must have certain amount of money you have decided to collect every month, and then you can leave the rest to reinvest it into the business. Number 3, you must learn to spend wisely and avoid impulse buying.
Okay.
Impulse buying is you are in a bus or vehicle going out, and then you have some coins in your pocket, and a gala guy come, oh, get me gala, oh, somebody water, give me water,
there's this feeling of just spending the money
because you have the money in your pocket. So it got to a time that I stopped carrying cash. Even till now, I don't carry cash, because I won't just gamble into buying things I'm not prepared for. So, and I won't give out what I know I'm prepared to give out. So if you come to me telling me a story of whatever it is, I say, let you know I don't have any cash on me, and that is the truth. I'd rather carry card than carry cash. So you must ensure that you learn to spend wisely and avoid impulse buying. Number 4, you must learn to save and maintain a saving account.
Okay.
You know, in those days it was very difficult for me to save. Why? Because the money is not even enough in the first place. No, but out of it all, I still save as much as I can. So it has helped me today that I will be looking at money all over the place, and the mind to blow yourself. It is not there, because I will be able to cut myself off from it, that this is there for the purpose, this one is there for the purpose. So the purpose will be accomplished and achieved. Then we'll be able to move on to the next thing. So you must learn to spend wisely and then avoid impulse buying. Then you must learn to save and maintain a savings account. And lastly, for you to manage money and manage your business, you must keep detailed record of your expenditure. There are times in those early stage, I will sit myself down and I will write, okay, how much do I spend today? The whole money, maybe I took out like 2,000, 3,000. I'm like, how do I blow it? By the time I go back home, 200. Okay, what happened? Wow. I will sit back and write out everything I did for the day and keep it in record. I don't have anybody to give the report to, but I have myself to liberate my mind that I have not wasted money that day. So I keep that record there, and I kept it there. So, and many times I keep it upstairs and like, oh, I think I didn't really spend any money. Well, where is the money? So I begin, okay. I'll just let it go. So you must learn to keep record of your expenditure if your business will go far. So, mind you, 5 things you must do, and this 5 things is very comprehensive. You can learn further stuff on them, but it's major and it's foundational, as we call it today tonight. You spend only from your profits and live within your means. You must place yourself on salary and ensure you don't touch more than what you allot to yourself. You must learn to spend wisely and avoid impulse buying. Number 4, you must learn to save and maintain a savings account. And number 5, lastly, you must keep detailed record of your expenditure. We continue from there next week.
All right, Daddy, thank you very much. Thank you for coming on the show, and viewers in the house, thank you very much for watching. And I believe we all have been able to take down 1 or 2 things regarding our businesses and how to manage it and how to make it work for ourselves. So we'll see same time next week. If you're on WhatsApp, you can still send your questions after the show to +234 8054 281604. You can still connect to us on Facebook, Sheun Orebi, and please on YouTube, Gum Live TV or Sheun Orebi TV. We'll see you same time next week. God bless you and stay safe.